Hello and welcome back to our third segment of Dicing with Death for the week for today. Ryan, take it away.
Yeah, so welcome. If you're just joining us, please stick around.
Please do.
Yes,
We
yes,
need
yes,
that viewer
yes.
retention.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's
we
plenty
are
of
in.
tension with our viewers right now. But
Wow, chicka, wow, wow.
yeah,
So we are in Sinteron. Qualnir has just booked passage on a lizard man vessel heading upriver
mm-hmm.
towards Javas. I will share that I wrote, double check the player's handbook, and bards cannot cast spells in armor.
Dun dun
So we're
dun.
going to retcon that Michelle was not wearing her armor during that encounter. She'd
Right.
taken it off for the boat ride and hadn't bothered to put it back on yet.
Done.
So, yes, you are leaving on the morrow. You have the rest of the afternoon to prepare, or we can just fast forward to then.
No, I have nothing else to prepare.
Okay. All right, the following morning, you and Michelle make your way back to the Lizard Man's docks. You do notice that Michelle studies that little sheet of paper first
Okay.
thing in the morning before leaving.
Okay.
But she does indeed wear armor this time.
She managed to bring down 5 gnolls with a sleep spell?
With a single spell. Sleep. Who said it was sleep?
It's the first level spell that requires sand as a spell component, and she said that she used sand.
All true, but who said it was sleep?
That's right. I've never heard sleep described as you know, white fluids bursting forth from her hands and rendering everyone unconscious around her. Well, I guess it could be a hold person spell, but that's third level. There's all sorts of things that could happen here, but we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. I don't think it could have been sleep though. I think gnolls have 2 hit dice. I honestly don't know what this is. My first thought was sleep, but 5 gnolls, it's 10 hit dice. I think you only get 2d4 hit dice, maximum of 8. Unless she's getting some weird bonus, or it's either not sleep or gnolls have 1 hit die. I don't know. All sorts. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Don't look at chat. Smooth ass Kiwi got it.
Okay.
All right. Nope, it is a spell as written in the player's handbook,
All right. Nice.
and it's not sleep.
All right. Cool.
All right. So first thing in the morning, you guys head over to the lizard men, climb aboard their long ship, and head upriver.
Okay. Okay.
Anything special you wish to do, or do you just let them lead the way?
I asked them. They said they killed the moonblade. What do you mean? If he still haunts these rivers, like his corpse can be found, right?
Yes, his bones still remain upon the shore, but his spirit haunts these rivers.
Well, let's just see how this goes then. And I keep walking, or I keep waiting and waiting.
Yeah, so they row this long ship up the river. It's quite a wide river, several hundred feet wide, at least this main branch. Once you leave the confines of the village, the shores sort of give way to just lush, thick jungle. You can barely see past the banks of the river. You see a few creatures, birds and apes, hanging out amongst the trees.
It's fine.
But otherwise, not much.
As an elf, the jungle is both feels right and feels totally wrong at the same time. Like the nature, but there's just way too much shit living here. This place is creepy.
Yeah. Parts of it are very much like your home, the woods of Feanir, but much is different as you pointed out. All right. So you pass a few other boats, a few people along the river, but it's mostly just you.
Mm-hmm.
You see a few. I mean, yeah. Michelle points out a crocodile to you swimming down the river. Some interesting wildlife, but otherwise it's quite uneventful.
Okay.
Um, Late that afternoon, you see off in the distance a gigantic waterfall coming into view on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
But it starts to get dark before you reach there.
I asked the lizardmen that we're traveling with if we need to go up the waterfall, and if so, how.
Mm, there is a series of pulleys. However, this moonblade does not go north of the waterfalls.
Okay, so we don't need to worry about that.
Shakes their head.
Perfect. Well, I keep waiting until they let me know what's going on.
So it gets dark and you're still traveling upriver.
Mm-hmm.
The boat is not slow, but it's growing towards nighttime. Do
Mm-hmm.
you stay awake or do you go
Oh,
to
I
sleep?
stay awake. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You start to get tired. Yeah. You doze a little standing up on deck, like against the rail of the ship.
Mm-hmm. Get
But
a little micro sleep in.
a little micro sleep.
Know what that's like.
Yeah. But the ship continues to travel through the night.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Um,
It doesn't go to the waterfall by nighttime?
no, not by night.
Okay, I got the
Some,
impression the waterfall was close.
I mean, it's a big waterfall
Okay.
within a couple dozen miles.
Okay, miles away. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sometime in the middle of the night, the waterfall. The waterfall grows larger in your view, and at some point you doze off, and Michelle sort of rouses you from your slumber,
What's going on,
and you
Michelle?
hear sort of the crashing of water quite nearby, and you are approaching the base of the falls.
Hmm. I
Um,
stand up and get my gear ready.
yeah, sure. You wearing your leather armor and
Common
all of your gear at
clothes and
hand.
all my other gear, all my weapons.
Yeah. Yes. So at the base of the falls is sort of, I don't know if I'd call it a lake, but it's the meeting point of many rivers.
Okay.
So there's sort of
Pond.
a large pool of water that's moving slower than the rivers that
Mm-hmm.
feed from it. And you pull into this pool. On the banks of the pool are rocky shores for maybe 100 or so feet before breaking way into the jungle.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the lizard men sort of draw anchor in this pool.
Drop anchor or draw anchor?
Drop. I probably said draw, but drop
Okay.
anchor.
I didn't know if
is
there was a
what you do.
difference between the two, which is why I was asking.
I guess draw is when you pull it up, right?
Okay.
And drop is when you So they drop anchor,
Is this
and
where he?
Slardar approaches you. He says, "This is the haunted pool."
Is the moonblade sure to show tonight? In what form does he take when he approaches?
He takes on his ghastly spectral appearance, and he haunts the shores. And he points to the northeastern bank of this pool.
Can you get me to shore?
Roll a perception check.
+9. 15. Fail.
All right. You see a rocky shore and a jungle behind it, but nothing of interest. It's a clear night, stars twinkling above. All around you is the chirping of insects and birds. And
I asked Slardar if he has a
Yeah.
way to get me on shore.
he looks. Can you not swim?
Perhaps I wish to keep my boots dry, so I can fight better.
Well, we have no rowboats.
I see. Are you too
Perhaps-
afraid to get closer to the land?
I do not wish to scratch my boat on these rocky shores. Perhaps you can convince one of my employees to ride you on their back.
I would love that. Which one is the most self-pitying and worthless one of them all?
All right. We'll say what do you wish? What do you offer the most self-pitying and worthless?
I offer not to beat him. Not
Yeah,
to physically, no.
that's not gonna fly. They laugh at you and make fun of you for not being able to swim. Several of the lizardmen have actually disembarked the ship, and actually over the course of the last day and a half, they've been sort of hopping on and off.
I offer them 2 gold.
Fair enough. That's enough to buy you passage on one of the fat lizard men.
So I ride a lizardman to shore.
Yeah, you get your boots wet anyways, but
Do I like surfboard him into shore?
something along those lines.
I surfboard a lizardman?
No, it's more like you cling to his back as he swims along the surface.
Oh man, I wanted to surfboard a lizardman. Okay. Cool.
You could try, see what he does.
I do try to surfboard at some point. No, wait, no. Yeah, I wait till we're really close to shore though. And then I want to stand up so I can like walk off onto shore.
Yeah, it doesn't work. You try to stand up on top of him, and he sort of rolls over and goes deeper, and you slip off. But you, I mean, it's like waist deep water at this point, anyways.
Okay, I get myself to shore and grumble.
Mm-hmm.
And then I set about to make a fire to hang out here on shore for the day, for the evening.
Sure. Yeah, Michelle gets her way to shore in much the same manner as you did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's only a couple hundred feet, but it's still
Right.
a deep pool of water. Did you give the lizard man any instructions on to what to do with their ship?
No, it's their ship. I'm just here to see the moonblade. So yeah, then I kick it and I wait for the moonblade to show up.
Yeah.
Or
do you have a fire
sunrise.
building proficiency or anything along the lines?
I do not have a fire building proficiency. I'm just hoping that with the amount of wood and with a couple hours of time, I can make something. I guess I don't have any. Do I have flint and steel? I may not. I don't. I don't have any flint. Oh, I do have flint and steel. I take it back. So flint and steel and time and dry materials, I should be able to get a fire started. I would hope. No? Yes?
So you do have flint and steel, is that
I
you
do.
said?
Yes. Do do do
Doodle-doot.
do 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 do. Ba-do-do-do-do. Boom 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 ba-bum bum 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 bum. So, how's it looking?
All right.
That good.
Okay, so you get the fire lit,
Mm-hmm.
and you and Michelle sort of warm your boots by the fire.
Boots. Yes, boots.
Mm-hmm. Surprise raspberries.
Oh, nice. I had surprise bacon earlier today.
Yum.
And surprise strawberry.
Not those raspberries. Okay. Yeah. So Michelle takes her armor off and warms up.
Okay.
Roll a perception check for me.
Perception check is over here. D20 plus 9. 26! Massive success?
Yeah. Yeah, so sort of off. You've got the fire going. I mean, you're warming yourself. Are you still wearing your armor? Still wearing your boots? How are you doing this?
Yeah, I'll take off my boots to dry them. Anything that needs to be dried, I'll take off. But if my top isn't wet, I will keep it on until I
So
go to
you
bed.
are without pants.
If my pants are wet, I take my pants off.
Shirt cocking, are ya?
Hmm. Yeah, I guess.
All right. So you're shirt cocking on the shore with Michelle.
Yeah.
Well, she's got her skirt. She took her big old boots off. Um, I mean, you got the fire going. You've been hanging out for 10, 15 minutes. And you notice sort of like a flickering blue light off in the distance. I mean, a couple hundred feet away.
Okay.
Do you
I
want to know
mean,
more
a
about this
pair of
flickering
blue
light?
lights. What do you mean by a pair of blue lights? Can you
So I didn't say pair, a flickering light.
flickering?
Yeah. So you look at this and you sort of squint your eyes. It's a couple hundred feet away. It looks to be a small single object. Sort of, it's translucent, maybe bluish. It's hard to tell. It's a couple hundred feet away.
Okay, I kind of get to my
You
feet
just-
and observe it carefully.
All right. It looks to be about man-sized, and it's moving as if it were a human.
Who goes there? I shout.
You hear no immediate response, but like I said, it's a couple hundred feet away.
Hello? Hello? I shout out again.
You
I
stay
looked
by
at
your
Michelle.
fire.
Yeah, I look to Michelle and say, let's
She appears to
get
be
careful.
looking at it as well. She starts pulling her boots back on.
Okay.
Do you stand your ground or do you approach?
I stand my ground near the fire. I want to be able to keep, have some form of some way to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I need the light. I guess I'm an elf. I could use low light vision.
Yeah, I bet your low light vision was only 60 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll still stand my ground and wait.
All right. Okay. It does not get any closer. As your sort of eyes adjust and you're studying it, it looks to be, I mean, a humanoid moving around and pacing along the shore, but it sort of stays pretty much where it is. It does something about it doesn't quite look right. It looks either glowing or translucent or both.
Okay. I start to approach it slowly.
Still without pants?
Still without pants, weapon drawn. My pants are drying, okay? Hello? Are you the
You may
moonblade?
get an AC penalty for being without leather pants.
How big is the penalty here?
Probably like 2.
My armor total penalty. Leather armor only provides 2.
Okay, so maybe a penalty of 1.
Okay, I can take that.
Okay.
Are you
So
out there?
how close do you get? I mean, you
I
take
will-
a few steps away and you shout. And it
I'll
doesn't
walk
immediately
50
seem
feet
to
away
notice
from the
you.
fire.
Okay. All right. It turns to face you. Like I said, it's still like 150 feet away, so you can't get a much better view. But it turns to face you and starts to move towards you.
Okay.
Do you stand your ground or continue walking towards it?
I stand my ground, and I mean, I'm 50 feet away from the fire now, so I stand my ground and look towards it intently.
Yeah. So, as I said, it's a humanoid creature, somewhat translucent. As it grows closer, you notice that it appears to be sort of draped in a robe, sort of a flowing figure, and you can swear that you can almost see right through it. It looks, I mean, anything you would have. I mean, all of the childhood stories you heard have as a ghost,
Okay.
and it starts eerily drifting towards you.
Okay. I say,
Do you make any actions?
Moonblade, is that you coming?
All right. It gets closer, and you notice that it is. I mean, it's wearing the robe. In addition, it's got a hood covering its face with just small holes for its eyes, and sort of like a, what do you call those, tassel-y fabric covering its mouth.
Mm.
And strapped to its back is some sort of blade. So you're assuming it's the moonblade. But as it gets closer, you find all those horror stories of your childhood coming to the front of your mind, and it's quite unsettling. You find yourself having to roll a saving throw versus petrification.
Oh no!
-2.
-2.
Sorry, save versus death at a -2.
Okay, against paralyzation. D20 -2. -2. 13 is a pass.
Okay.
By 1. My roll is 12.
What do you mean you roll? Wait, say what?
I roll with a 15 -2 is 13. My save is 12.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Pass.
Yes. So you are able to stand your ground.
Yes, I kind of slowly start walking back towards the fireplace while saying,
Yeah.
"Moonblade, is that you?"
Yeah, you've never seen anything like this, so you're still a little unsettled despite your ability to overcome.
I come on behalf of the Sunblade. Speak.
All right. As it walks closer, you hear Michelle shrieks, and she just sprints the other direction.
Oh God!
So she's running southeast along the river.
Moonblade, speak to me if this is who you are. I want to keep backing up towards the fire.
So all right. So you're near the fire, and he's continuing to approach.
I draw my magic dagger.
As it gets closer, he shouts, "Ho, villain!"
I am no villain. Who?
He pulls his blade off of his back. You can see pretty much right through him. I mean, you can still make out his form, but you can sort of see the rocks beneath him and the jungle behind him.
Oh God!
And he approaches.
I can't fight the Moonblade with 7 HP.
All right. He struts towards you.
I come in peace. I wish to negotiate.
Vile creature.
I am no vile creature.
You were with the lizard men, and
I am using them as transportation alone. I come from Solstice and the Sunblade. I am here on his orders. 9.
Including weapon speed?
Technically, I don't have a weapon speed anymore. I keep forgetting to adjust for my reaction adjust.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you do in fact go first. He's broken out into a jog towards you, weapon in hand.
Mm-hmm.
But you did say you mentioned the Sunblade.
Yes, I would like to I'd like to hold my position in guard stance, and I would like to shout out, "The Sunblade has asked me to see you."
Right.
Let us talk.
He draws to a halt in front of you.
Okay.
Shiatan.
I don't know. If that's his name, then sure. But I was in Solstice, and he sought me out. He misses you. He wishes you to come home. But it seems you are no longer of this world.
He sort of looks longingly into the distance. What? Home.
Come home to Solstice.
No, I cannot.
Why not?
There is much that I must do before I return home.
He will be most disappointed at your tidings. How shall I tell him you fell?
Fell?
You are dead.
I am far from it. He takes a few steps towards you.
You are not living. How shall I tell him you passed?
Passed. Is that a threat?
No. You are no longer in the land of the living. Look at yourself. I can see right through you. Tell me, how is it that you have come to be in this form you are in now? I shall relay the information to the Sunblade, and he will grieve for you and probably send someone to deal with those who have brought you here.
He sort of looks down and doesn't quite seem to be registering what you're saying. Foolish creature. This is. I have not passed. You are merely unable to comprehend my magic. And he starts chanting and gesturing with his free hand.
I attack.
He's like 15 feet away from you, but okay.
Can I still get an attack in?
Yeah. You can roll initiative. You had it held, but.
I did have it held. Yeah. 6 is my initiative.
All right. He goes first. Like I said, he was chanting, twiddling his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all right. So he chants, and then all of a sudden he splits into five. Sorry. So now there's 5 translucent robed figures standing in front of you.
Oh god, I stopped my attack. I continue to hold my ground.
Okay. They all laugh in unison. Simple-minded mortal. Or actually, I don't know. Mortal. Simple-minded fool. You cannot comprehend my powers. You don't make your attack?
No, I instead say, if you have a message for the Sunblade, leave it now.
You're sort of
Else I shall leave
you're
you here.
surrounded by translucent.
Yeah, I know.
ghosts.
I'm bluffing. Or I will leave you in peace. You may do with the lizard men as you please. They are no concern of mine.
It is not the lizard men who betrayed me, but
Who?
men.
Who betrayed you?
Solomon.
Who is Solomon?
An evil priest.
Shall I see him dead?
No. I must let bygones be bygones. But as I said, there are things I must do before I return home.
Tell me them. Tell them to me.
He sighs. The 4 other images waver and are sucked back into his form. You can't see his face beneath the mask, but it sounds like he's whimpering.
What a bitch. All right.
A moody ghost.
Yeah, seriously.
A fool's errand. I came here for my wife.
Your wife?
Esmeralda.
Who? Okay.
She had passed more than a year ago. I thought that Solomon had the power to bring her back to me. She was so young, so full of life. She did not deserve her fate.
You tried to use necromancer to raise your wife from the dead?
Please do not tell Shiatan what I've done. I see the error in my ways.
Yeah. It seems like it didn't work out for you.
She does not deserve this fate. Please.
So what are the undone things that you have?
Just I don't want her back anymore. She deserves her rest.
Okay.
Just make sure her remains are brought back to her family in Faenir.
I can do that.
You can?
I will take her. I promise you. If you can direct me to her remains, I will get them home to her. To her
Takes
family.
a few steps towards you. Her coffin is in Sinteron.
Okay.
Seek a warehouse owner by the name of Grant.
I can do that for you.
He looks you up and down. Yeah. Doesn't look you up and down that observantly. Yeah. mention my name, maybe pay him a few gold, and he will turn over her coffin to you.
This can be done. I promise you. Is there anything else you would see done before you?
He puts his blade back on his back. Please, I beg you. Esmeralda deserves rest.
I shall give her rest. Now, I will do this for you, and I will do this for the Sunblade, but perhaps you could help me with something of my own.
He doesn't answer, but he's there.
There is an enemy I have made who rests in the the wizard tower in Solstice. I forget the name of the wizard's tower.
I don't know if you got a name.
I think I had been given a name. Anyway, um, in the diviner's tower, there is a man who has taken something from me. Do you know of a way into the diviner's tower?
I can get you into the Diviner's Tower if you rescue Esmeralda.
I can do this. Would you come with me, or shall I rescue Esmeralda and then return for you?
Come, let us get Esmeralda together.
So be it. I think you have scared away my companion. Let us first find her. She is invaluable to me.
He nods. You can't see his face beneath the
Yeah.
hood, but you can see him nodding.
I shall find her, and we shall leave immediately, I guess. And I start running south along the river, going, Michelle! Michelle, come back! It's
Yeah.
all safe now!
Yeah, you're able to find her. She didn't wind up in too much trouble.
Okay. I bring her back to the Moonblade, and I say, Mr.
She
Moonblade?
trembles in his presence.
This is Michelle. Michelle, this is the Moonblade. We're going to go return the remains of his dearly beloved to her family, and in exchange,
that's so sweet.
he will help us retrieve what was stolen from us in Solstice.
Lady, you are a delight to behold. You find him quite unintimidating in death, but you imagine if he were corporeal, you would have some competition.
Whatever. I'm not too worried about him. He's dead now, and he's all over what's her face.
Esmeralda.
Yeah, yeah. So, I guess that's it, right? I asked him to guide our way and keep it free of those who would molest us on our travels back to Sinteron, but I see no reason not to travel through the night.
Shall we walk?
Yes.
All right.
I just
I'm
kind
the
of look at the
worst.
lizard men.
I need to go to the bathroom. But you
Scratch my brain.
can you keep chat entertained for 30
I'll
seconds?
keep chatter entertained. Go.
All right.
Go unload your fire hose. Hi, chat. So, with Ryan gone, we have a moment to talk about our plans. Originally, I was going to see if he could help me get into the tower, and I was just going to leave Esmeralda. I was going to be like, yes, I'll take her back. I will blah, 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 and then completely ignore her. But he wanted to come with me now, so he says he can get me in there on my own, which means I definitely have to help out with Esmeralda. So we will deal with Esmeralda. We will use the Moonblade to get into the Tower of the Diviners. We will steal whatever we want. We'll then tell the Sunblade what happened to the Moonblade. Tell him that we rescued his, or restored his wife or whatever. That's the plan. That is the plan. Man, I did not get much sleep last night. I'm so tired. Waiting on Ryan. How are you guys doing? Neil, why do you why do you or Qualnir care about that blue thing, magic identification, Matt? Oh, that blue glass? The glass that will tell you what the hell is magical? Because it's like it's an automatic detect magic spell at all points in time. You can always tell what's magical and then steal it. It's awesome. I want it back. Don't forget your pants and boots, Neil. Yeah,
I've
I'll be fine.
returned. Quit your scheming.
Okay, so we pack up our stuff from the fireplace. Chat was afraid I was going to forget my pants and boots.
All right. Pack up your stuff.
I acquire pants and boots, and we walk down the river.
Yeah. So the moonblade actually leads you to a path that you had not noticed before in the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so you travel in, you follow it towards the path into the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
You first, I assume, and then Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, with the moonblade in the lead.
Right.
All right. It's just a small footpath, wide enough for one person to walk. The moonblade steps a few feet into the path and then fades.
I just start
into
taking the path. Yeah.
All right. Middle of the night, following the path
Mm-hmm.
through the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
You were brave, my friend.
Moonblade is in front of us. I have no fear.
Oh, no, he's not. I just said he faded.
Yeah, he faded, but I'm sure he's leading us on the spiritual level or something. Qualnir thinks that the Moonblade's still with him, even if he can't see them. So Qualnir is not worried.
All right. All right. So you walk. You're able to follow it for at least a ways. This footpath sort of weaves roughly southeast. Nothing actually molests you, but you do hear lots of strange, unnerving noises, and you swear you can see eyes occasionally in the foliage watching you. Michelle doesn't say anything, but you get the impression she's pretty scared.
Okay.
And yeah, you can take that description as you will.
Okay.
Anything you wish to...
No, just keep going. Push it through the night if possible. If we get too tired, we will stop and rest. But other than that, I really want to hoof it.
Okay. Sorry, I was just getting confused. All right. Yes, you have it. And at least initially, nothing bothers you. Uh-oh. Yeah. So you follow this winding path through the jungle. Like I said, just a small footpath. You're following a couple hours, sort of southeast. It sort of traces along the river. But eventually it just sort of ends at a different river. So you would assume it's sort of crossing this river here.
Oh, whoops, hold on, let me bring up the map. Yeah. Okay, can you ping it again?
That river there. And it just, the path ends at the riverbank. And you're looking at like a 50-foot river in front of you, with no obvious way to cross it.
Does it look like there's a path on the other side?
Not that you see.
I look to Michelle. You know how to swim, darling? And the other question is, would anyone want to swim in that water?
I saw some crocodiles earlier.
Yeah.
No, I don't know how to swim.
Well, Why don't we make camp here, and then in the morning, when there's better light, we can pick our way through the jungle.
If you say so. You have seen no sign of the moonblade since you left that pool.
Well, I can't think of anything else to do, so might as well try this.
All right. You make a fire?
Yeah, settle down and make a fire. Try and stay at least, 20 feet away from the river, if possible.
Okay.
I want some
All right.
warning if crocodiles are going to come up and eat me in the night.
Okay. All right. You get a fire started, and you fall asleep almost immediately.
Okay. Okay. Do we wake?
Yeah. Yeah, so you're made a fire on the rocky banks of the river, maybe 20 feet from the water, 20 feet from the forest.
Okay.
All right. So you are fast asleep. And you are awoken by the shriek of Michelle.
I leap to my feet and grab for Bloodletter.
Yeah. Would you have been sleeping with your armor on?
Probably unintentionally. I probably would have got a fire going, laid down, and then just passed out.
Okay. All right. You wake up to see Michelle scrambling to her feet. And you see some small 2-3 foot tall creature rummaging through her bag. And she's sort of screeching and leaping at it. Get away from me, beast!
I would like to use my darts and throw
Roll
3 of them in a
initiative.
round. Okay. That is not the initiative rolling section. D10. 8.
You were not surprised, but you do not go first. All right. There are probably at least a half dozen of these small humanoid creatures around. When you have time to sort of assess the situation, I may describe them for you. But for now, 2-3 foot tall humanoids. It's wee hours of the morning, so it's still kind of dark. All right. 2 of them are making off with Michelle's things.
Okay. Well,
And
I would like to... How many are there again, Ryan? Just the 2 that are... There's 2 making off with Michelle's things, and...
yeah.
And...
All right. And you are shanked for 5 damage.
Holy
by a spear.
shit. That is bad. Don't travel the jungle alone, guys. Especially
All right.
not on low HP.
It is your turn.
Okay.
You are, yeah.
So there's the
got
guy
about-
that shanked me with a spear.
Yeah.
And
There
what else is there?
There are 4 of, so you and Michelle are pretty near each other. There are 4 of these creatures. They're 2 to 3 feet tall, green-skinned humanoid creatures. They sort of walk in a crouching posture, much like an ape.
Mm-hmm.
They've got green skin and hairy, long legs, flat faces, wide eyes, wide golden eyes that look like a cat.
Okay.
And they're whispering amongst each other as they're ambushing you.
There are 4 of them, but 2 of them
ma-
are taking her shit and 2 of them are fighting.
There are 6 of them. 2 are taking the shit and 4 are fighting.
Okay, well,
Only
I will deal with the
one
ones that attacked me first.
Mm-hmm.
So first attack 19.
That's a crit.
Natural 15.
Yeah, that's a crit. Wait, clear by. No, that's not a crit. I'm sorry.
Damn it. Okay.
It's only
Just 3
damage.
damage.
Yeah.
With
I
my
would,
first
yeah.
attack of
Clear by
3.
4, not by 5.
Yeah.
How much damage?
3.
3. Okay, yeah. That's enough. You only gain 1 HP.
It's dart, not dagger.
Oh, it's dart.
Yeah.
You take a step back and you're throwing these.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's enough to drop that 1. All right.
Alright, I get 2 more attacks at the end of round, so.
Ooh, what HP are you at?
Bad.
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 All right. Jesus. All right. You take 6 damage.
I fall
claw
unconscious.
You fall unconscious.
Yeah.
Is this the end? Michelle, we need you.
Oh shit. I'm at negative 4.
You are.
This could be
Alrighty.
game. This could be the end of
This is not how
Qualir.
it's supposed to end.
It's never supposed to end, man. It's never supposed to end.
Mrs. Michelle. All right. Michelle's turn. She misses with her stiletto. Next round, roll initiative. So there are 3 left for the last. 9 plus 1. That's a miss.
Oh god, I think Qualir's dead. I should have spent more time resting. I don't know why I was so greedy with him. My HP was so low. This is why it's useful to have a cleric, guys, because then you're always full on HP.
Okay. So that's 1 round down. You're down to -5.
Yep.
-6. Nice, Michelle. She crits 1. Down. You can talk to chat while I
Oh, I am.
fate.
Well,
Okay.
chat's giving me shit for not using my bloodletter to just go on a murdering rampage and kill a bunch of gnolls to regain their life. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? I'm not a chaotic evil monster. I'm a neutral character. I'm not like you have to be some sort of sick, depraved lunatic to just be like, oh, I can gain life by stealing from other people. Kill, 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 and go around like leeching life off of other people. That is, without a doubt, a very evil act. And yes, it's efficient for you, but evil things are efficient for you, and I am not that guy. So, well, it looks like we might be re-rolling a new character.
I don't know about that. Michelle's doing pretty well.
She's doing pretty well.
She's taking a beating. I mean, I think her shit is gone, obviously, but I think she's going to be able to dispatch these the 3, well, now 2 that are remaining, and then I'll have to roll a morale check for them.
I may have killed 30 people in the castle, but they were all coming to get me. That was a live or die situation. In a live or die situation, he's going to kill people, but not in a, well, I'm a little bit hurt, and there's these unconscious people around me. I guess I'll just go stab them for funsies. No, there's a huge difference between that, and you guys know it. Stop trying to justify acting evil. There's a difference between right and wrong, guys. Come on. You know it.
All right.
I'm neutral evil, but not, you know.
All right. What does
whatever.
she
It's
have
not
to roll to bind your wounds? Here, -8.
intelligence check.
What's that?
If she does not have a
Intelligence?
healing proficiency, it is an intelligence check. unmodified. On a failure, my wounds she cannot bind them.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Success.
Yeah, success. Yeah, I mean, she rolled a 17. That's a
All right.
30 on her intelligence check. What would they have? All right. Okay. All right. I mean, you are stopped on the brink of death's doorstep from dying. And let's say you awaken.
8
Who
days
knows
later.
how many days later? Yeah,
Yep.
8 days later in a hut.
Are we
alone.
not doing the roll to see if you gain or lose HP if you're in the care of if you're not in the care of a healer?
How does that work? You roll
A D10. If it is greater than the absolute value of your remaining HP, you lose an HP. If it's less than the absolute
This is
value,
once you're stabilized.
yeah, or no, yeah, I think I have that backwards. So if you're at -9, you need to roll a 9 or a 10 to gain an HP. If you're at no, you need to roll a 10 to gain HP. So if you're at -1, you need to roll a 2 to a 10 to gain HP. If you're at -4, you need to roll a 5 to a 10 to gain HP per night of rest.
All right, you're at -8.
Yeah,
so
so that
you need to roll a 9 or 10 to
a
gain
9 or a
HP?
10, and then the next day, if I gain an HP, then a 8 or 9 or a 10. It's that sort of. It can take you a long time, and people that are wounded, it's an optional
Yeah.
rule.
I mean, it's only okay. Yeah, roll one of those. You're at negative, so you need to roll a 9 or 10 to gain HP this
Yeah.
first day.
1
Okay, so you lose an HP. You're at -10.
or -9.
But what?
If I'm at
Yeah, sorry, -9.
yeah.
Um,
But then any sort of healing whatsoever will
Yeah.
bring me back to 1.
yeah, I think you're gonna be fine.
Okay.
Because by then you'll be back to Cinteron and in the care of a proficient healer. And in that case, they don't even roll a proficiency check. They just care for
No.
you and you gain several HP a day.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. So you, make it back within inches of death's door. Some undisclosed amount of time later in a tent, or sorry, in a hut. What equipment did you have? Your backpack is gone.
Okay.
Anything that was not secured to your person is MIA.
Okay. So let's say my ink vial is gone, my papyrus, my paper, my scroll case.
The scroll case would have been on your waist, wouldn't it? Or was that in your backpack?
No, I think it's a satchel that I go over my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely would have been off when I was asleep. My sealing wax. Okay, I've got to get a hard surface here. My sealing waxes, my chalk. My personal seal is still on my finger. My flint and steel, my quill. My good locking key, my backpack. My poison. All of my wealth.
Probably everything that wasn't in your coin, like your coin purse was probably on your waist at all times, right?
Right.
But like all your jewelry,
All my
probably
gems and
just in your
jewelry.
backpack.
Yeah.
Gems are small enough that maybe they were in your coin purse. But I can't imagine you have like your bracelets fastened to your waist. Those are probably in your backpack.
No,
right?
those were probably all in my backpack. My enchanted mirror.
Your enchanted mirror that you never really got to play with.
Can't Volnir have
you
just
can keep
died?
count of all of these things if you want to go back and.
Oh, I'm keeping count. Can't, but you could have just killed me, man. Let me go out fairly.
It was close.
You took all my money. You took all my wealth. Everything that the last few weeks of campaigning was for. All of Seagate is now useless.
Yeah, now there's a bunch of these little mini ape men partying in the jungle with your magic mirror.
You bastards. All right, so I'll keep my gems. The jewelry's gone. The necklaces are gone. The mirror's gone. Oh my god. The pearl
Your
necklace
clothes.
whatever happened to that pearl necklace? It still says Michelle on it.
Yeah, Michelle has it.
She still has it? Okay.
Hmm.
My lockbox, my strip of leather.
Yeah, were those in your backpack? Those
Yep,
in the
my
box?
letter, my map. I'm going to say my 3 vials of holy water were also in there.
You had holy water?
I had 3 vials of quote unquote holy water. I don't know where they came from.
Hmm.
Oh. Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that
let's take a
is
break and then
break time.
pick up the pieces
Oh,
back in
fuck
Sinteron.
me.
Qualnir's alive. Just a little humiliated. A lot
Yeah.
of bit humiliated.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys on the other side. Bye bye.